Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video and welcome to Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia. Look, and they actually have a, speaking of whether Phnom Penh is clean or not, they have a clean city award. So there you go. If there's any doubts in anyone's mind, that's the proof. Okay, so just first of all, I suppose just to tell you my first impressions of Phnom Penh here. So we're currently at the killing field. It took an hour to get here, so it's quite a big city. It's very far. There's a lot of traffic, and you just take a tuk-tuk, and it cost me $4. So I thought that was really expensive, but it did take an hour. So you know, I think it's an absolutely essential thing when you come to Cambodia or Vietnam. You have to have Grab downloaded. And then even when you get kind of at the airport, people asking you, oh, do you need a taxi, do you need a tuk-tuk? If you show them Grab, they will match the Grab price, so it's really important that you just get a SIM card and get Grab. Now I know that I always claim not to be a political channel. I'm going to scrap that. I'm not saying I am a political channel, I'm not saying I'm not a political channel, but I am going to say things that are on my mind. I am going to say things that are my opinion, some things that are fact. Most things that I say are fact, to be perfectly honest. But I think if you don't talk about politics, if you don't talk about economics and all these different things, it's just ignorant. I'm trying to have a holistic understanding of the world. And so I think that's what I'm going to try and do on this channel, probably moving forward, is to educate, because I travel to educate myself. So that is what I am going to portray to the rest of the world as well. Okay, so we're currently at the killing fields, which is why I've got the kind of audio guide. So I'm going to get to educating myself. I probably will not show you guys much of the killing field, and then afterwards we're going to the S21 Genocide Museum. I will talk about it afterwards, but I don't think it's proper to talk about it whilst I am there. Never will we forget the crimes committed during the democratic Cambodia regime. That's the Khmer Rouge. If you're wondering, we are now at the S21 prison. If you're wondering why it looks like a school, it's because they took over the schools. When they actually came into power, they emptied the entire city. Schools, hospitals, everything. And now they converted the school into a prison, a torture prison. Okay guys, so we are done at the killing fields. It's intense. Really, really intense, extremely emotional. And there's a kind of a quote that someone said about Henry Kissinger, who was the US Secretary of State for a very large part of history. A man who was involved in supporting the Khmer Rouge, in supporting genocides in Bangladesh, East Timor, in Latin America, responsible for the Vietnam War, carpet bombing of Cambodia and Laos, a man who's responsible for more deaths than Hitler, someone who's celebrated in America. It's very, very, very upsetting. And I think if you don't come to Cambodia and you don't come here, frankly, I think you're ignorant. The UN, the Khmer Rouge, even after they were kind of ousted 20 years later, they still held a seat in the United Nations. Why? Because America, the United Kingdom, Australia, Germany and France voted for them to have a seat. Knowing that they were genocidal dictators, they voted for them to have a seat. So is it any surprise that now today you see these very same countries who support occupation in other countries, who still get involved in different governments and side with different governments? It's not acceptable. And the government are not the people represent something different. But if you're watching this, you have to educate yourself. You have to educate yourself. More than a third of their population was murdered. 3 million people, more than the Holocaust. If you've never even heard of it, then, well, thank you for watching. I hope I'm educating you. But you know, you need to work harder, because there's other places in the world where they've suffered just as bad as the Holocaust, or even worse in some cases. I hope, as the Western countries, speaking on behalf of the UK, I really hope we can learn from these mistakes. But at this moment in time, we're not. We're still supporting evil genocidal regimes. But you have to educate yourself. Okay, so we are at the National Museum of Cambodia. It's absolutely beautiful. I actually came here to buy tickets because of the dance show that happens here, but apparently she's just told me the dance show doesn't happen anymore. In terms of the actual museum, we might go tomorrow. We'll have to see. Thing is, it's again, it's $10. I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend $10 on a museum when, frankly, you know, Angkor Wat has a lot of history, a lot of things like that, and I've got a feeling that a lot of it is going to be kind of similar to that era. It's not going to be, yeah, but I'll have to look it up and I'll research. Maybe we'll go tomorrow, but we'll see. Okay, so I believe these are the gates to the Royal Palace. So yeah, because I realised I haven't actually shown you guys kind of the streets, so to speak. There's quite a lot of cafes. It's very modern. I was told by a lot of people that Phnom Penh was not clean. I don't agree. I mean, it looks pretty clean to me. The further you go out, yes, it's true, you're obviously going to see more rubbish. However, to be honest, I don't think there's any more rubbish than there is in Bangkok or Hanoi. It's just actually about to start chucking it down with rain. Yeah, and there's lots of nice hotels everywhere as well. So the plan now is to I'm going to go to this pizza place called Pizza for Peas. I actually went here. It's quite popular in the Southeast Asia region. It's like a luxury pizza place. I went 5 years ago. I actually got really ill when I went last time, so I'm gonna try and make sure that I don't get ill this time. Someone almost just ran me over. But yeah, let's see how it goes. So we're actually by the riverside. I'm trying to see. Right, I'm gonna cross. Not really sure how it works here. Obviously in Vietnam you just cross. So it's the Mekong. So quite nice, to be honest. I think they do a lot of sunset river cruises and everything like that. So might try and do that later. Probably not, to be honest. I think I've been on enough boats. They're actually hosting the Southeast Asia Games, I believe, here in Cambodia this year. So they've got a lot of kind of mascots and things like that, which is nice. Lots of posters everywhere saying Cambodia 2023. The pizza place should be just here. It's just nice walking. It's a big city, but it's still got that kind of calm atmosphere. I think that's what makes it really nice, actually. I have to apologise, guys, because I always forget to record my food and I've half eaten it. So I got a spicy seafood pizza, sorry. Beautiful view of the Mekong. It is actually now raining, thunderstorms and all. And this place is called Pizza for Peas. It's quite popular here. In Southeast Asia, that is. I think it's Vietnamese, I'm not sure. Okay, did not expect this from Cambodia. Excuse the boy. So this is Aeon Mall. You probably can't hear me. 1 second. Okay guys, so we are in the Aeon Mall. Everything here is in dollars. Everything is expensive, nothing's cheap. It's the biggest mall in Cambodia, but people seem to be buying stuff, so there seems to be money in this country somewhere. I just don't know where it is, to be perfectly honest. Okay, I actually came here for food, but I've encountered my favourite place in the world, Tiger Sugar Bubble Tea. Any other bubble tea is less than. Anyone that tells you otherwise is a liar. And they're into their arcade games by the looks of it. This is life. For the first time in my trip, it's kind of raining to the extent that it's affecting me. Most of the time that it's been raining, I've been in the hotel, or it hasn't really had enough impact on my activities, but unfortunately today is not my day. So we're at the Phnom Penh night market. I just came from the mall. Yeah, I was not impressed with the mall at all. I'll show you around as well, I'll talk as we go. I'm gonna do a full loop. So the mall, just like with everything in Cambodia, unfortunately was too expensive. You know, hotels, you can get budget hotels. My friends in Siem Reap were staying somewhere really nice for $2 a day. You know, so you can get very, very affordable accommodation in Siem Reap and in Phnom Penh as well. The accommodation is not the problem. The food and the shopping here is too expensive. Again, because they use the dollar, it's not acceptable, in my opinion at least. So yeah, that's really frustrating. The mall itself, I got bubble tea. They just made it wrong. It was horrible. It tasted of water. And then I went to get a drink, and you kind of have to pay first, so I had to go wait in a queue to pay. Paid $1 for mango juice. Went to get the mango juice, and then she said, "Oh, we don't have mango juice." And I was like, "Well, you literally gave me the card that said mango juice." But anyway, so not impressed. And now there's music. But it's not live music, it's just speakers. There's nothing really much to the night market. I don't think I'm missing too much. There is lots of food though, so we'll probably get some food. It's very empty, as you can see. I think the rain obviously is just puts people off coming here. So let's see if we can find some good food. Moving swiftly on, so the market was disappointing to say the least. So we've actually come to the Royal Palace Park. Okay, and as you can see, it is magnificent. So this, I believe, is just the facade. So the palace is behind. Unfortunately, I believe that kind of looks like construction work there. So we're gonna go tomorrow morning, but I mean, I saw it as we were driving past and it's all lit up and it looks stunning. So I just, yeah, had to come. I don't know with Cambodia. I'm just feeling very mixed at the moment about Phnom Penh. I definitely preferred Siem Reap. There's less to do here in Phnom Penh. However, it's still, you know, beautiful and it's got the history and to educate yourself. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that lady there on the bike was a statue. She's clearly taking it all in. She's taking it all in, yeah? You know what, guys? I'm actually so glad that it's raining. And I'm so glad that I'm here, because if I wasn't here, I would not be able to see the reflection of the palace as well as it being lit up, and it just looks stunning. Oh, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we're just walking, and nice big boulevard. It's empty, like the city is just completely empty. Is it safe? I mean, I feel safe so far. I always feel safer when it's busier, but you know, I don't feel threatened. Obviously, I know I'm not a woman, so I can't speak on their behalf of how safe they would feel here, but me as a solo male, I'm feeling okay. To be honest, people only talk to you if they're asking you for a tuk-tuk, if you want a tuk-tuk. Otherwise, no one really pays attention to anyone. So we're back in the hotel now. I actually just went to a Korean restaurant because I've been craving Korean food for like 3 weeks. I'm gonna say this now because otherwise I'm gonna forget, and I haven't mentioned it in any of my videos yet. The people of Cambodia are the most hospitable and the nicest I have met anywhere. In Vietnam and Laos, they're very, very hospitable. They're amazing people. Cambodia wins in terms of hospitality. So I just went to a Korean restaurant, as I was saying before. I wasn't rudely anything. Anyway, okay, I just go off on a tangent. They were actually closing at 10 p.m. and it was 9:30 when I walked in, and yet they still sat me down. They still gave me the most amazing service, and it was only afterwards that they were just like, is it okay if you pay the bill? And I was like, oh my gosh, if I had known you were closing in half an hour, I wouldn't have come, you know, or I would have eaten faster. But they didn't rush me, they didn't say anything, they let me enjoy my meal first. And I'm just grateful to them, but I just have to say this because the Cambodian people are the most hospitable people I have met anywhere in the world. And that is reason enough to come here. So we're gonna sleep now and we're gonna go to the palace tomorrow morning. I've also got a beautiful view from my hotel and on the rooftop pool as well. So I can't wait to show you guys that in the morning. And we're back, good morning. So we are here on the rooftop. I just thought I'd show you guys around. I'm gonna go swimming and then we're gonna head to that palace right over there. So the hotel is not that great itself, to be perfectly honest with you. However, it's got a beautiful kind of like infinity pool. So I believe that's just a temple, kind of that complex there. We'll see if we have time maybe to go in there because it looks quite big. And the pool kind of goes around, which is beautiful. But the main thing is that view of the Grand Palace. Look beautiful. And again, in the background you can see the Mekong. I don't think there's much on the other side of the Mekong. Everything seems to be on this side. I've only got about 4 hours left here in Phnom Penh, so we're going to try and make the most of it. Every entrance fee is $10, so we're going to go to the Grand Palace for sure. I'm not so sure about the National Museum because frankly I don't really know if I want to spend $10. Oh, just one thing I can see. Because obviously it was the Vietnamese who liberated Cambodia from Pol Pot. You know, it was with the help of the Vietnamese who were against the Americans. Because obviously the Americans lost. So there is a monument here dedicated, actually, you can see, I don't know if you probably can't, but there's a Vietnamese flag and there is a Cambodian flag on that monument, which I think is called the Monument to the Vietnamese, so that's quite nice. Anyway, let's get to swimming and I will see you guys later. This is the monument to the Vietnamese who volunteered to help in Cambodia's liberation. So it's a beautiful, beautiful monument. It's called the Cambodia-Vietnam Friendship Monument. That's really amazing. Okay guys. So, what we're going to do is just basically walk around. There's a few monuments that I did want to see, take some photos with. Firstly, I thought we'd go to the Vietnamese monument, because I'm actually wearing a Vietnamese t-shirt. Yeah, I bought it from Vietnam. It's quite nice. It's kind of got all the cities. Anyway, you probably don't care. It's that time of the video, guys. The time where I'm going to moan. So, I just checked out of the hotel, right? And it's 10:30 in the morning, and checkout is obviously at 12. Now I asked them, oh, can I have a late checkout at maybe like 2 p.m. because I actually have to leave at 2 p.m. to go to the airport because I'm flying to Bangkok and then I'm flying home. They then said, no, oh, we have another guest staying unless you pay $20. And I was like, what? So if I pay $20, then all of a sudden that guest is not going to come, right? So that guest is going to come either way. I'm just asking you if you're going to give me the room. You've just basically said, no, we don't want to give you the room, but we're going to charge you $20 for it. Like, as if I haven't stayed here 2 days already. You know, I wouldn't have been annoyed if they just said, no, we have a guest coming, you can't stay, you have to leave by 12:30. I would have been like, fine. Why? You know, it's like this mentality that comes with the dollar. I don't know what it is. It like you lose some hospitality. You know, you're just trying to charge extra money, and it's not cheap. $20 is not cheap. Same like with everything here, $10, $20, $10, $20. It's, for what? And it's not a reflection of the people, and it doesn't reflect their hospitality. But it's like the system, because they use the dollar. It's I'm gonna keep going on about it, and I'm sorry, but yeah, it's a big problem. If you come to Cambodia, you will notice it is visibly more expensive than Thailand, Vietnam, and Laos. It's disappointing, to be honest. To Cambodia 2023, which we are here now. Oh, that's really nice actually. I can feel a breeze. So the walkway has just got a few fountains, which is beautiful, and then there's actually 2 monuments. One of them is dedicated to someone, we're gonna find out, and the other one is kind of like a roundabout. So it's just reminding me a lot of Vientiane, but again, it's bigger, it's busier, it's much more modern. I have to say, I'm very surprised at how modern Phnom Penh is. I didn't think it would be this modern. To be honest, Cambodia as a whole, I didn't think it would be this modern. I really thought that it would be a little bit of a step backwards in time. You know, both Laos and Cambodia. Laos definitely was. Cambodia, not at all. Very progressive society, very modern society, very Western. So that's surprising, but still obviously keeping with their traditions. Okay, so there seems to be a graduation day today, or something, because everywhere I'm looking on this boulevard there are graduates, which is nice, it's great, good for them, happy for them. Not so happy for my photos, but happy for them. Right, let's find out who this gentleman is. And behind you can see the other monument, which is actually quite famous in Cambodia. That is so cute. I want to graduate with them just so I can be in that photo. His Majesty Pre But Bandi Pre, heroic king, father of independence. Okay, so he was a member of the royal family. A beautiful monument. We'll let them enjoy their photo. We'll go round. So obviously you can see this monument behind is very beautiful as well. It's also full of graduates, I think. This one is in the shape of, you may or may not have noticed, but of Angkor Wat. Must be some sort of delegation. And the road was completely empty, he wouldn't let me cross. He goes, stop, stop. Can I cross now? Can I now? See, and now I can't. That's so annoying. It made me wait like 5 minutes. Guys, so the royal palace is not open today because apparently it's the Queen's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Today is also a public holiday, and so apparently they have a massive firework display in the city, and I'm leaving in 2 hours. Oh, this really annoyed me. One thing I always try and do actually whenever I book my trips is I try to look if there are national holidays and always coincide it with the national holidays, because sometimes you do see things like that. the reason I've done this is because when I went to Budapest a few years ago, it was the 20th of August, and it's some national holiday in Budapest as well, which is quite a big thing. So there was beautiful food markets, there was an amazing atmosphere, and there was a massive fireworks display by the Hungarian parliament on the River Danube. And so since then I always try and check if there is a public holiday, because I love fireworks. And today they have a firework display and I'm missing it. Oh, I'm so annoyed at myself. I'm not seeing the Grand Palace, but that I'm missing the firework display, guys. And so, ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell with the Cambodian flag behind me and the Mekong, I'm gonna say goodbye to you from here, from Cambodia. Before I do, just as always, gonna say a few words. Cambodia is expensive, more expensive than the other countries, but it's absolutely beautiful. Siem Reap is extremely clean. Angkor Wat is stunning. Phnom Penh has so much to offer, actually. A lot more than Vientiane, I think a lot more than Hanoi. I've actually really enjoyed my time here in Cambodia, and I would definitely 100% come back here. The other thing that I'm gonna say, and this may be controversial, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this. Cambodia's been through a lot. As a country, as a people, they've been through a lot. And some may not agree with what I'm about to say, but I do think we have a responsibility for those who live in countries like the United Kingdom, the US, Germany, France, Australia. It was our government. It wasn't us, it wasn't during our time, but it was our government, it was our history, part of our country, that led to what happened here in Cambodia. So yes, it's expensive, but so what, frankly? I think we have a responsibility as these developed countries, as countries who have meddled in countries like Cambodia. We have a responsibility to build up their economy again. We have a responsibility to support them through tourism and to do our part, and I think our part is through traveling and is through tourism, because people here can't do that. They can't travel like we travel. And so for us, yes, it's a blessing, but I think we also have a responsibility to add to their economy. And that's why I would encourage everyone, every single person watching this, to come to Cambodia. You have to come to Cambodia, learn about their history, see Angkor Wat and see the beauty in it. But otherwise, that's it from me for here. I'm gonna say thank you very much for watching from Cambodia. Please like and please subscribe. But otherwise, I will see you next time from Central Asia.